Hi everyone, welcome. Coach Morris here. Today we're going to be doing a session, core Pilates session, using our mini ball. So again, you want to make sure that the ball is not fully inflated. You want to keep it a little bit soft. That's how we work with a mini ball. So let's get started on our back. And we're going to start with a ball underneath the sacrum bone. And just rest your pelvis back down there. And just start gently tipping the pelvis forward and back. So inhales, we tilt the pelvis forward. Exhales, we tilt the pelvis backwards. Just rocking the pelvis back and forth. Feel that nice stretch in the lower back and your hips. Breathe in as you tilt forward, hyperextending the lower back, and then breathe out as you tuck under. Think about pushing your lower back closer to the mat. Now let's do the same thing side to side. So we want to rotate through the pelvis. So think about it as if you want to stack one hip right on top of the other one. Your knees staying pointed up to the ceiling. Twist and twist, rotating through the pelvis. And now circle, so combining all directions together. So forward, side, back, and other side. Nice and flow, no stops. All the way around. And reverse. This is a nice stretch really for your lower back, for your hips. If you have any issues in your lower back, SI joint, this is a really nice one. This is a good stretch to mobilize and open up that area. And just relax, let the pelvis settle back down there. And make sure your feet about hip width apart, not so wide. We're going to bring one leg up to tabletop. As we exhale, we're going to lower down the leg, tap your toes on the floor, slightly beyond the standing foot. And lift it back up. And exhale to lower and lift. So when we move the leg here, we want to make sure that the leg is moving only at the hip joint. There is no pelvic tilt like we just did. So we want to stabilize here and isolate the movement to the hip joint. Breathe out. So using your core muscles to stabilize. And let's do one more. Hold your leg up in tabletop and reach the opposite arm up to the ceiling. We're going to reach opposite arm and leg, lengthen out, and back to the starting position. Again, inhale as we lengthen out, open, and in, and out, and in. 3 more, reaching out, and in, and lengthen out. And 1 more. And breathe the arm down, hold your leg up here. Now just extend your knee, flex your foot, point your foot, and bend. Again, straighten the knee, flex the foot, point your foot, and bend. 3 more, go up. Flex, point, and bend. And keep stabilizing through the pelvis, so no tucking under. You might feel a hamstring stretch, especially if your hamstrings are tight. And now from here, we're going to just circle through the hip. So again, stabilizing through the pelvis using the core muscles, isolating the movement to the hip joint. And around. And around. Reverse it. Let's go. 5 and 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and release it down. Other side, leg up. So we started with just the knee folds. Lower down, tap your toes on the floor, and lift the leg back up. Exhale, and up, and hold those abs in nice and tight. Nothing is moving here, just isolating the hip joint. And 2 more. Hold the leg up, Opposite arm, reaching out in opposition and back in. And lengthen out, arm and leg. And center, 3 more, reaching out. And in. And lengthen out. And in. 1 more. And in. Bring the arm down. Send your leg straight up. Flex your foot. Point your foot. And bend. Again, knee right over the hip. And flex. Point. And bend. And hold the pelvis. Neutral, no tucking under. Last 2. Up. Flex. Point. Last 1. Up. Flex. And stay with your foot gently pointed for hip circles. So we're, again, just circling through the hip. You want to draw small little circles on the ceiling. Reverse. Around 5. Hold those hips nice and stable. And 2. 1. And relax. All right, bring both legs up in tabletop. Hold it here. Extend one leg out and switch. Single leg stretch and out. And lengthen. And reach. Pull leg out from the hip joint for a bicycle. Let's go. Big bicycle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Hug your knees and take out the ball. Down. And we want to place it now. The right foot is on the ball, left foot on the ground. Feet are parallel, arms along the body, rolling up to a bridge. So we're going to tilt the pelvis backwards and roll yourself up to a bridge. Now stay here in this position. Again, make sure you're not hyperextending at the back. We don't want to push up through the upper back. We want to just lift the pelvis and think about the connection at the front, the hips and the ribs. Now, this is going to be a little bit challenging, so go ahead and bring the other foot off the floor and bring it back down. Again, pressing on the ball, lift up and lower. And again, you're going to feel the hamstrings, glutes of the standing leg. And up and down. And 2 more. Last one. Bring the pelvis down and send the leg straight up. Now we're gonna send that leg straight forward and bend. Lower down the leg. And again, split and in. Exhale. And lengthen, roll the ball away from you. Hold those abs in. 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, switching legs. So place that foot on the ball, and the other foot is down on the ground. Go ahead, curl the tailbone and roll yourself up. Hold that bridge, and go ahead. Whenever you're ready, bring the leg up and lower. It doesn't have to go that high. You can just start with the heel off and then gradually see if you can bring the leg higher up. Remember to pull the pubic bone up towards your belly button, lengthening, opening through the lower back. And 1 more. And stay up here. Lower down the pelvis and reach up the leg, straight up. Go ahead, extend that leg out, roll the ball away from you. And now from that split, you're gonna bend the knee, roll the ball in and lower down, reach out through the leg. Again, split up and in. And roll the ball out and in. And lengthen out. Try to keep the knees straight. 3 more. 2. Abs in, nice and tight. Last one. And relax. Awesome. All right, now both feet on the ball and send your arms back over your head. Now from here, you're going to curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. Send the ball away from you and continue rolling yourself all the way up to sitting. Reaching forward over your legs. And then slowly we're going to roll it back down as you bend the knees slowly with control. And again, arms up. Pull those shoulders down. Curl up, head, neck, and shoulders. And rolling up, up, up. Over the legs. And slowly as we roll it back down. All the way down, bend the knees. 2 more. Over. And slowly control it. Bend your knees in. Last one. And stay here sitting. Put your hands down on the floor, a little bit behind your hips, not aligned with your hips. We're going to do the back support. So it's like a reverse plank. So you want to press your hands into the ground, open the breastbones, and lift your pelvis up, 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 up. The ball, you might need to adjust here, rolling forward so you're in the right place with your shoulders over the hands, and then back down to sit. Again, press your hands into the ground, open up the breastbones, and pelvis floating up in the air. Open, open, open. And slowly bring it back down. Let's do 2 more. Go ahead. Press. Hands as if you want to push the floor down into the ground. Open, open, open. And slowly to lower. 1 more time. Press your hands into the ground. Shoulders away from the ears. Open up the chest. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And lower down. Awesome. All right, now the ball goes between your ankles and you roll on your side. We're going to be laying down on our side. So relax your head down and yeah, so the ball is between our ankles. Let's start with the hip hike. So your leg is resting on the floor. We're not floating them up yet. And just bring the hip, think about the hip getting closer to the bottom rib and then out away from your ribs. And so the ball is basically rolling slightly in and out. And in, hike the hip and reaching out long. Feel like someone is pulling your leg out from the joint. And in. And lengthen out. And in. So you feel also the bottom ribs getting closer to the ground and then away from the ground as you pull that leg out. Let's do 3 more. And lengthen. And 2. Reach out long. Last one. Stay out with the leg. Feel again like someone is pulling both legs out and then floating them up in the air. And slowly as we lower. And again, both legs reaching out and up. And lower down. Pull those abs in. And legs out, out, out. And lower. If you're feeling stable enough and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can place your arm up here on your thigh. Try to relax your upper body, neck, shoulders, no tension. and up. Your hips are stacked one over the other. Now some of you might feel a little bit discomfort under the hip bone, especially if it's your first few times. What you can do is to double your mat or place a towel underneath, something soft underneath the hip. And down. 2 more. Reaching out and up. And lower. Last one. Stay up with the legs. We're just going to squeeze the ball. 10. Squeeze it in. 9. And 8. Activating the inner thighs. 7. And 6. 5. 4. 3. Squeeze in. Last one. Whole leg squeeze. Reach the arm up to the ceiling. Hold. And release. Take a moment. All right. Now, bring the legs slightly off the ground and turn out the hip. We're going to roll the ball with the top leg up towards the knee. And then reaching out. So you bend the top leg, you roll the ball up. The knees facing, pointed up to the ceiling. Make sure the hips are stacked and you're not rolled back here. And lengthen. And again. In. And lengthen out. And 2 more. Reaching out. Last one. Stay here. Reach. Grab the ball. And pass it onto the other hand. All right, so now we want to place the head on top of the ball. Use the hand in front of you, and we're going to do side flexion, floating the upper body. And lower down to release. Again, shoulder down away from the ear. Lift, lift, lift. And release it down. Let's add the legs. So we want to split the legs. The bottom leg goes forward, the top leg goes back. And close the legs as you lower down. And open. And lower. Your elbow is off the floor. And your shoulder is pulling down away from the ear. Up, up, up. And lower. And exhale. And down. 3 more. Go. And down. And 2. 1 more. Stay up here. Hold that position. Try to bring the other arm up. Leg still up in the air. Hold, hold, hold. We're not going down. We're up into a Z position. Stretch up and over to the side. And then stretch it up and over to the other side. Now we're going to turn. So one hand stays on the floor. The other hand is on the ball. You're just going to roll the ball out to stretch. And in. And again, stretch. Out, out, out. And open. 2 more. And up. And go ahead, bend the elbow. Lower down the chest. Reach out forward. And center. All right, let's do it all over to the other side. So the ball is between our ankles. And go ahead, laying down all the way on the side. All right, so we started with a hip hike. So just bring that top hip up closer to the bottom ribs and then pull it out away from the ribs. So just hiking the hip and pull the leg out. And in. So you feel the ball rolling a little bit between your feet, your ankles. And you're also going to feel the bottom ribs going down closer to the ground and then pulling up off the ground. Keep going in and out. And really feel like someone is pulling your leg out from the joint. Lengthening out. And in. and out. 2 more, in, lengthen out. Last one, reach out, stay there, and from there reach both legs out and up. And lower. And again, both legs floating up in the air and down, emphasizing on the length, not on the height. So it's not about lifting your leg as high as possible, it's more about lengthening out, controlling your abs. And if you feel stable enough, you want to challenge yourself more, you can place your arm up here on your thigh and lower. Try to relax any tension you may have in the upper body, shoulders, neck relaxed. And down, and your hips are stacked. Again, if it's really uncomfortable on your hip bone, you can place your towel underneath or just double the mat. Exhale. And lower. And reaching out and up. And last 2. One more. Hold your legs up. And we're just going to squeeze it gently between the legs. Go 1. Squeeze it in. 2. Exhale. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. 10. Hold legs up, up, up. Reach your arm up to the ceiling. Hold, find your balance here. And release it down. All right, from here. All right, now bring the legs back up, turn out, and go ahead, bend the top knee, roll the ball in, and then roll the ball out back to your ankles. And roll the ball in to your knee and lengthen out. So your hips are turned out, your toes and your knees are facing out, and going in. And roll it out, and in, and out. One more time. Roll the ball in. Now reach that arm to grab the ball and pass it onto the other hand. All right, so your hand is on top of the ball. Your legs are up in the air, just a little bit off the floor. We're gonna side bend, lift your chest up, roll the ball in slightly, your elbow is bent, and you're now resting it down on the floor, and release it down. Again, side bend. Start by drawing those shoulders down away from the ears, staying frontal, you don't want to rotate, and release it down. Now with your legs, as we go up, split. So the bottom leg goes forward, the top leg goes back, and lower down. And again, up and lower. Exhale. And down. And side bend. Reach those legs out and up. And lower. And 3 more. And down. Exhale, 2. Last one, stay up. Hold it, bring that arm up, hold your balance, hold, hold, hold. We're not going back down there, we're bending the knees to the mermaid position, stretch it up and over. All right, now you're gonna place your hand on the ball and stretch out. So we wanna lengthen, roll the ball out away from us and back up. And again, lengthen out, stretch, and in, open up. So you're rotated, and then you release the chest down. Feel a nice stretch going along the side here. And one more. And come all the way up. All right, on our knees and hands on all fours, and you want to place the ball underneath your shins. So your shoulders right over your hands. Set the shoulders down. And from here, you're just gonna press your shins on the ball and floating your knees up in the air. Your knees staying right under your hips, so you don't wanna roll the ball back there away from you, and lower down. Again, press the shins on top of the ball, up and lower. Again, keep your neck in line with the spine. Now this time, we're gonna stay up there to roll the ball in and out. So it's gonna look like this. Up, roll the ball in and back. Emphasizing on the way in. Exhale. In as you exhale. 4 more. Go. In. 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees down. Relax. Feet, shins off the ball. And take a moment in the child pose to stretch. All right, let's go down on our tummy. All the way down in a prone position. And your hands on top of the ball. Go ahead and just shrug the shoulders. Let them roll up towards the ears. So you roll the ball further away from you. And then glide your shoulders down away from the ears. So the ball is rolling closer to you. And reaching out long. And shoulders down. Shoulders up. Roll the ball out. And down. And forward. And down. Now, as we roll the shoulders down away from the ears, we want to open up the chest and the breastbones and release it down. Again, glide your shoulders down away from the ears, open up the chest, and lower. And again, open, 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 and down. And up. And stay down this time. Grab the ball and lift it off the floor. And lower. And lift. And lower. And up. So now we really feel the back muscles, the back extensors, and the upper back as well. Long neck. And up, just slightly off the floor. Last 4, 3, 2. Hold the ball up in the air. Open the arms to the sides. Pass the ball from one hand to the other. Behind and forward. And so we're doing like a circle. Open, pass the ball, and pass it again. Inhale, exhale. Now let's change direction. Go back and forward. Open. 3 more. And 2. Last one. Hold straight forward and release it down. All right, let go of the ball and sit back on your heels for the child pose again. Just take a moment here to stretch. And roll yourself up slowly. Back to sitting. And let's just take a deep breath in. Reach your arms up over the head. And open. And again, reach your arms up. And exhale. One more time. Lengthen, arms up. Bring your palms together. Down to your heart. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our session with this mini ball. This is a great prop, by the way. It can easily travel with you. You can just deflate it, take the air out, and then put it back in. And it's a wonderful tool, gives you nice range of motion, nice challenging variations. So again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you here in the next time. Thank you, bye.